What's up, everyone? Today we have these, mainly this. So Microsoft Surface Pro 9, tablet slash 2-in-1 computer. And today we're going to unbox it. So I'll start with the tablet itself. So mine is in the configuration of 12th Gen i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and it's in the platinum color. There it is. So it just outlines what ports there are, what it does. Here's the power button, volume up, volume down, microphone. This looks to be the Windows Hello kind of facial recognition login. And then another microphone here, so I think that's stereo microphones. Power connector. And 2 Thunderbolt ports. Also has stereo speakers. There it is. Looks pretty good. It's got actually has a kickstand that can go pretty far back. Almost like, so you can rest the tablet like that. Or you can rest it like that. Also, what else is under here? This little door. You press it, lift up on this side, and you can actually upgrade the storage. You just need the correct M.2 drive. But I won't be upgrading that today. I'm happy with 512. What else we get in the box? We get a pack of documentation. Microsoft Surface Pro 9. Safety, don't care. And the card that says it's for documentation. And we get the power adapter, as expected. This is interesting. They put the Windows sticker on the power brick, not on the computer, no, on the power brick, as if the power brick itself had Windows on it. It also has a USB port for like charging your phone or something like that. And then of course the actual wall connector. That plugs into this end. Also some tape we use to neatly tie up the cable. Alright, so this is actually a magnetic kind of connector. So like someone trips on the wire, and then it won't pull your entire computer down. It'll just pull the cable out of the computer. So it won't wreck your charging port or your computer. Not sure if it can charge off of one of those Thunderbolt ports in case you only have a USB-C connector. You hear that? That's what happens when you leave the windows open. If you heard it. Alright, now let's unbox the keyboard. This is what makes it a 2-in-1. They only sold it as a tablet, probably wouldn't have bought it. This also has a stylus included. It's called the Slim Pen 2. What else? Oh, there it is. Although, I found it interesting, the box says compatible with Surface Pro 8. So, yeah. Attach it. Okay. And you get nothing else. Yeah. Okay. Keyboard. First impressions. It's okay. Pretty low travel. I wouldn't say to describe it as a mushy feeling keyboard or a tactile feeling keyboard. The keys feel kind of rubbery, strangely enough, and yeah, I just find that a bit odd. Okay, there's a button on the back of the pen, which I never realized was there. This, by the way, is the Slim Pen 2. And I'm not sure how it charges. Maybe it's wireless charging? Yeah, and the connector for the keyboard's like right there, those gold pins. Probably just USB, to be honest. But yeah. So it magnetically attaches. You can use the keyboard flat like this, or you can have it raised like that. I don't know how I would like to use it, but you have different options. Good to have options. All right, let's power it up. Oh, it's not even plugged in. It should have some charge already. You better just plug it in. Oh, okay. Either as soon as I turn on the switch, turned on, or what? Of course, we got Windows 11 built in. I wonder if it'll take me to a setup page, or will it just go straight to the login page? Just a moment. Okay, I can wait. So this has, I'm not sure if I said, it has a 12th generation i7 on the Evo platform with the Intel Z Graphics Xe. So that's how you say it. Oh. That's the Windows 11 noise. Okay, so it has 3 languages. Strangely enough, my keyboard's not recognized. So maybe I have to use the touchscreen. Like the trackpad is not recognized. There's no cursor on the screen moving around. Okay, let me finish the setup off camera, and I'll get back to you when we're in. Okay, so as you can see, we're in Windows, and we have a cursor. It works. The keyboard works. So I don't know what happened. I think maybe the connector was like misaligned or something. I don't know. But I disconnect the keyboard from the machine and reattached it, and it's all good. Let's see what junk they installed. I have no other word for it. It's junk. So yeah. There's Dolby Access. Not sure what that does. Maybe change the sound profile. A lot of these are just like standard Microsoft Windows like apps. I don't know what Journal is. For some reason, it comes with Microsoft in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and French, I think. I only need it in English. Maybe they're just thinking of all the other users of the Surface Pro 9. And then another copy of, oh no, there's just OneNote. Oh no, they did a weird installation. They installed Microsoft 365 and then OneNote separately. Interesting. Microsoft Whiteboard, that's different. Don't see that often. And then they have Office again, right here. And then the Surface app, which I find interesting. Let's open it. There you go. see what it's all about. So it knows there's a slim pen attached to it. So this is kind of how you customize the pen, I guess. Really not much else you can do in this app. Feels useless, to be honest. Okay, so all it does is customizes the pen pressure. Yeah. Again, more junk. Surface management. Ooh. There's no app for it. Okay. Yeah, probably gonna just reset this machine with a fresh Windows installation. Shouldn't change much. I believe Windows Update will cover most of the stuff. So I'll be needing that USB-C to USB-A adapter. So that's a quick overview of the Microsoft Surface Pro 9. Later I might do a keyboard sound test if you're interested. And maybe give a few thoughts. So see you then. Well, it's still the same video. As you can see, there's more time remaining in it. So yeah, let me just set this up to my own specification. I'll get back. All right, decided to do a bit of filming here. So I've reset the Surface Pro, got rid of whatever they included, whatever Microsoft included, installed a fresh copy of Windows 11. It was easier said than done because, first of all, when it reset, it wouldn't detect the keyboard or mouse. So that's fine. I plugged in a USB-A to USB-C adapter, and then, USB-C to USB-A adapter, sorry, and it plugged in my keyboard and mouse, a standard USB keyboard and mouse. That worked. And then when I got to the, select your Wi-Fi network page, it would detect the Wi-Fi card. So in addition, I had to plug into that dongle a Wi-Fi card, and then it would work. So yeah, it wouldn't use any of the stuff that was built in the touchscreen. It wouldn't even work either. So when it was finally all done and reset, I did Windows Update, and there were of course a ton of drivers for the Surface, because of course they're provided from Microsoft. So it's all working now. The touchscreen does work. As you can see. The touchpad works. If you see the mouse pointer moving around. The the keyboard itself works. So it's all good now. One thing I do want to note is it does not have a headphone jack. That's one of the things I just noticed the first day I got it. So that means I cannot plug in a set of wired headphones. I have to use a Bluetooth set of headphones, or get some kind of USB-C to headphone jack adapter, which is essentially a tiny DAC and headphone amp, essentially. Or I could get actually a pretty nice DAC and headphone amp combo if I wanted to do that. But I have a decent set of Bluetooth headphones, so it should do. So yeah, it runs Windows 11 just fine. It's pretty fast. I did do a Geekbench benchmark test. I will be putting that in the video description if you want to check it out. And you can also check it out on my website, where I have a collection of Geekbench 5 benchmark tests that I did on different devices, including iOS devices, Android devices, Windows devices, and Mac devices. So yeah. Okay, why do I have this laptop next to it? Let's see, did it lock me out? Looks like it did. Give it a second. I mean, this has the capability of running Windows, but it can only run Windows 10, which I choose not to, because they're going to discontinue support for it eventually. So I put Linux Mint on it. So I'm still going to make a comparison anyway. This is your everyday traditional laptop. It's as traditional as you can get. It doesn't fold. It's not a 2-in-1. The keyboard doesn't come off unless you count unscrewing it and actually unplugging the physical keyboard connector from the motherboard to be a detachable keyboard, but I don't. And it's not even a touch screen. So yeah, it is a traditional laptop. Whereas the Surface Pro, you can take off the keyboard like so, use it as a tablet. So it's kind of a tablet / 2-in-1 computer. I'm not sure what it falls more into, 2-in-1 or tablet. But since they sell the tablet itself usually without the keyboard, I bought the keyboard as an add-on in the accessories page. Yeah, you could call it a tablet or a 2-in-1 computer, depending on what you purchase. Yeah, not that strong of a comparison, but yep. That doesn't even, the screen doesn't come off. The keyboard doesn't come off without opening it up and unscrewing a ton of things. So yeah, before I bought this Surface Pro thing, I was considering this Dell 2-in-1 tablet computer. It was a Dell Latitude of some sort, just like that's a Dell Latitude. I trust the Dell brand. It's pretty good stuff. But this had the better components, better spec, So I chose the one with the better specs. The Dell had some kind of 11th gen Intel Evo platform CPU, This one's got a 12th gen, so of course I picked the 12th gen because it's better. And I also think it has DDR5. I'm not completely sure. Either way, this was the better better quality, better performance one. I can't speak on this quality because I only owned it for a little over 24 hours. I did take a few notes on it, so that works. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving, because that's when I'm filming, although you probably won't see this until maybe a couple months later. I'll try to move this to a beginning upload, like, closest to maybe the next upload date or second next upload date, because I upload every other Sunday, because I don't have all the time in the world to keep making videos. What's it called? Paint. Yeah, we're going to use the classic. It's not classic. They did an update to it. It definitely is not the classic Paint app from Microsoft. They changed a couple things, made it look more modern. Because if you open Paint on like a Windows 10 computer, it'll look very different. So I'm gonna bring out another device later, also with a stylus, made by Apple, also known as the iPad Pro, because I have one of those. I also have a laptop. I kind of wanted to combine the two because the iPad can't do laptop things, and the laptop can't do iPad things, such as like taking notes. As you can see, this thing. Oh, what just happened? Oh no, the pen magnet attached itself to the bottom of the. Yeah, that's the thing with magnets. Yeah, I just wanted to combine two functionalities. Like the iPad doesn't, well, unless I pay Apple like what, $250 or more, $350, whatever, for a keyboard and trackpad, it still doesn't have the function row of keys, which is another reason I have this. I like the function keys. Sometimes I use an Excel, you know. If you don't know, F2 will show the formula and highlight the cells that the formula attaches to. I could do an example, but if you have Excel, you can try it yourself. I don't know, just wouldn't make sense to do it for such a small feature. Yeah, but that's one big reason I moved to the Surface, because it's got function keys. The iPad keyboard, even though you pay Apple all that money for the proper keyboard touchpad combo for the iPad Pro, you still don't get that that function row of keys. And also, you can run exe applications, which you can't do on an iPad. I'm not really a big mobile gamer, mobile device gamer, so running games on the iPad isn't that big of a deal. I'd be okay if I couldn't do it, because I have an iPhone that I'm filming with, so no big deal on that. There are some apps that only the iPad can run because it's in the App Store, but I'm trying to think of one that I absolutely need, and that if I didn't have my iPad, I can't live without it. There aren't any, right? There's always a Windows alternative, something in the Microsoft Store, something you can download on the internet. You know? So yeah, this kind of gives a Windows computer, even though, yeah, that one, as you saw, runs Linux, PC functionality, you know, like, actually, no, sorry, what did I just say? Gives a Windows computer iPad functionality, you know, tablet functionality. Because, you know, even an Android tablet probably cannot do what the Surface can do. Because, again, I don't think it can run exe applications. Yep. So you're probably going to be seeing me have a traditional laptop at most times, because, you know, sometimes good to have a backup. Even though this one seems pretty solid. I quite like it. And the first day I owned it. Oh, another cool thing is, I'm not sure if I showed it already the first day because I didn't go over the film. Have you peel the kickstand all the way back, or even most of the way back, there's this door. You can open it, and there's the storage. You can upgrade it if you want. Just buy another M.2 SSD. Maybe I already said it. If I did, you just heard it twice. And another cool thing why I like the Surface is that the pen, the stylus I should call it, will store in the keyboard, and when it's closed, it's protected. In the iPad, it actually stores at the top. It stores along the top edge of the iPad, and then it can fall off. Like if you put it in your backpack at the wrong angle, it's only magnetically attached, and it can fall off onto the floor, and then you just lost your $130 Apple Pencil. You'll have to either go back and look for it or buy another one. But considering how expensive those things are, someone would probably just take it, being completely honest. So, yep. It's more secure, actually, for the stylus in this one. come on. Oh, another cool thing is the what's it called? Face recognition login. I mean, the iPad has that too. Some laptops do too. Some traditional laptops that have Windows on it. However, that is one thing Macs don't have. Macs have MacBooks have Touch ID, fingerprint login, but they still haven't moved to facial recognition, the Face ID thing. You know, your iPhone probably has it if you own an iPhone. It most likely has it, unless you have an iPhone SE or something like that, which has still Touch ID. But the majority of iPhones and iPads do. Wonder why Macs don't. I mean, they literally put a notch on the latest MacBook, so couldn't they integrate that into the notch? Whatever. Maybe next time. But yeah, this is a 1-day update. I might do maybe a 1-week update. Who knows? Yep. So, see you then. All right, we are continuing my review for the Surface Pro 9. Last time I filmed about this was November 29th. I'm currently filming again on December 20th. So, getting close to a month of using this. So, I've been using it every day. It's a very good tablet, laptop. I'll just call it 2-in-1 for the purposes of this video. They did a very good job with the stylus, I have to say. I can take notes pretty easily. Although one thing I don't like is that sometimes touch the touch screen as you're trying to get the stylus out. Exactly, I opened up Microsoft Word. So, I like the fact that when you hover over the screen, there's like a cursor there, but also, come on, no, that's not it. You can open up the pen menu and open up like OneNote or something, and you just draw on it, stuff like that. And then you can use the back of the pen as an eraser. I'm taking notes on OneNote. If you know of any better note-taking application, leave in the comments below. I'll try it out. It's number one, it's got to be free. I'm not going to pay for any more software. At least stuff that I don't know is good. Based on a YouTube comment, I'm not going to assume it's good software. Alright, so that's the pen. It's very good. And I like that the screen provides some resistance compared to my iPad Pro, which had no resistance on the screen when you write on it. So that means you can be a little more precise on this one. The keyboard also feels pretty nice. Not much to say about it. It's like a standard laptop keyboard, except it makes some extra noise because there's like nothing beneath it. It's just... So yeah, the keyboard can be a little noisy. The trackpad's the touchpad, I should say, is easy to use. Clicks like in the lower half. Yep, the upper half doesn't click. I had a MacBook Pro 14-inch at one point, and essentially the entire touchpad is clickable. Performance-wise, I'll post the Geekbench benchmarks in the description below in case you guys didn't see it. In case I didn't say it yet. And I guess I can show you again. Somewhere here. I benchmarked both the CPU and GPU. Here's what it got for CPU. Pretty good score. And Here's what it got for GPU. A bit low, but it's expected due to it being integrated graphics. Here it is put up against my Dell G15, which is the laptop I had right before this one. Let's put them side by side. Also a demonstration of the, what's it called? The multitasking features on Windows 11. It beats the G15 in both single core and multi-core CPU scores. That's kind of surprising. The thing had a gaming focused processor, right? It's supposed to be really good with this. Should be scoring really high. But the Surface Pro, which is supposed to be a tablet, beat it out. So, okay. We're going to be looking at the GPU scores now. Obviously, the G15 had a higher score because it had an RTX 3050 Ti, whereas this has integrated graphics. Right. One more thing. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this part in. I'm not sure where I'm going to stick it, so it's just going to be kind of randomly there. It does have some gaming potential. I should have added this. Actually, I know where I'm going to put this right after I talk about the GPU benchmarks. Remember that. It has gaming performance, only at low settings. I have a couple games here. Most notably GTA 5. I play that the most. And it's able to run it at low settings. At full resolution though. So it's using the full capability of this screen. I think it's close to 4K. Gee, I really don't know this computer. Is it gonna show me here? Whatever the resolution is. And I guess not. Oh wait, here. 2880 by 1920. So it's actually pretty good. It's higher than 1080p, obviously higher than 1440p, but not quite 4K. You guys can't see it? There it is. That line right there. No, not that one. Forgot it's a touchscreen. There it is, 2880 by 1920, 120 hertz. Although I can only run the games at 60 FPS. I'm only playing these like high-end games, like games that require a high-end system to run, but putting them on low settings and running them on this thing. They're fine. Sometimes it gets laggy, especially when I'm in the not sure if I can call it the woods in GTA 5. It gets a bit laggy, especially when it has to render grass. So I had to turn down the settings to low for it to be, I think, 50 FPS. So it's still not getting the full 60 FPS. It's variable. On my gaming desktop, right behind it, right behind the Surface, I'm getting a perfect 60 FPS on pretty much every game at high settings at about 1440p. So yeah, maybe if I decrease the resolution to 1440p, I would be able to do maybe medium at 60 FPS, or maybe I'm still asking too much. So yeah, it does have some gaming performance. Lightweight gaming would do for it. No heavy gaming. Although I do hope in the next generation of the Surface Pro that they're going to put a proper dedicated GPU in it to match its CPU's performance. Because like I just showed you, the CPU performance on this tablet that's not marketed as a gaming computer
even though it does come with like 1 year of Xbox Live. Don't quote me on that. They just sent me the offer that I can redeem 1 year of Xbox whatever for this machine. Maybe it's just for my account. Who knows? With no real gaming in its marketing, mainly for casual use, business use, you get the point. Like a luxury tablet of sorts. It can still do some gaming, more than I thought. So, I'm still trying to find a place to stick this segment in, because it is a different segment. You'll see something different in the next second or so. Hope you guys can see that the light over there is not washing it out. Actually, I should lower the tripod a slight bit. That's better. The 13-inch screen looks really good, very high resolution, very clear. I have to get really close to it before I can even see any pixels. So, good job on the screen. Touchscreen responsiveness, decent. Not much to complain about. Even though, yeah, Windows 11 is kind of a desktop-focused operating system. Although they did improve the tablet capabilities of it over Windows 10 and Windows 8. Actually, I never owned a Windows 8 computer, so I can't really say much about it. Windows 7, I did have one computer, and it was not a tablet. Battery life is great. I can leave it unplugged for one night, and the next day I'll still have enough battery to do a couple hours of work. So yeah, use it for quite a few hours the previous day, leave it unplugged, but asleep, and then the next day I'll still have enough. It's got a 120 hertz display, so it's very smooth. Like, any motion is good. I leave it locked at 120, even though there's no auto function. So yeah, I just chose 120 because it looks better. One complaint I do have about this is that there's no headphone jack. I would like there to be a headphone jack. I don't have to buy a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter, or I don't have to buy a DAC, like the FiiO E10K TC, which is what I was considering buying. But then I remember I had wireless headphones. So I just use the wireless headphones with this, although I do prefer the sound quality of wired headphones. So, overall, a good tablet for most people. I got this while it was on sale for Black Friday. So it is a little over $2,000, but it does replace a tablet and a laptop. So there is a convenience factor with this machine. So I don't have much else to say other than I can recommend this to people whose needs are being able to write on it or a tablet. If not, I can't really give a second recommendation for that, mainly because the focus of the video is this machine, and also I haven't tested out that many lightweight, powerful laptops. I do have a powerful laptop, but it's really heavy. So it's not going to be that one. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Alright guys, hope you guys can hear me well, but I have some extra content for those of you who've stayed. This is video being recorded from my Surface Pro 9, the rear camera. Trying to get the autofocus to work, but it's just not working, and the colors look horrible. So don't use this to make any movies. Please don't film movies with this thing. Especially none that will be shown in theaters. Look at that screen that you're looking at, that one right there. It's supposed to be gray. I set the background to like a perfect gray color. It's showing as like
blue on this thing. It's switching to gray. It's finally realizing what it's looking at. But yeah, the colors look terrible and washed out. It's showing gray as blue. And then that's completely washed out until it's like in the square of the focus square. I've just set all the settings to auto. I think if I fine-tuned it a little more, it would look decent. But yeah, I'm looking through the screen, and I'm commenting on how terrible the colors are. Look at that light bulb I have there, just for ambient light. Kind of an accent lighting in my room. Look at how it's turning from yellow to white, and then when I pan over to the iMac, it's just like washed out in that area. So, I mean, if you need to show somebody something while doing a video call, go for it. Like, there's supposed to be text on that little white window there, supposed to be like the properties of a video file. Look at that, it's all washed out. That's just one of the downsides of one of the few downsides of the Surface Pro 9. Other than that, it's great. I'm not going to be filming any videos with this thing. It'll still be using my iPhone. But yeah, there it is. That's the last section of this video. A bit of footage from the rear camera on this tablet.